Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you are finding it. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this will be for the week of June 3rd to the 9th, 2024. First card out for you is the Hierophant, Leo. Okay, so we are seeing studying. We are seeing having some sort of master, a spirit guide in the flesh working with you at this time. What does that mean? Some of you may be connecting very deeply to a certain teacher, public speaker, author, and you may be reading words of wisdom, hearing words of wisdom that really guide you deeply in life this week. And you take this wisdom and do something with it that changes your life, okay? So there are a lot of guides around you at this time. And it's like, the Hierophant to me in readings like this, like weekly readings, it can represent reading something, hearing something, getting some sort of advice from someone that is life-changing, okay? And it's so important not to discount those moments, you can really change the course of your entire life just by getting like one piece of good advice or one piece of wisdom. So if you're feeling called to do things such as read certain philosophical, psychological, self-help books, or watch, certain readers or certain public speakers, or even just like if you're feeling guided to go to therapy or talk to someone in particular, definitely follow that, because there may be some really groundbreaking advice that comes through those means this week for Leo. We have the Five of Cups upright. Okay, so there's still some mourning going on for you for whatever has not worked out in the past. Some of you may be feeling a little bit of loss, a little bit of loneliness, because there could have been something that once filled your heart, a friend, a family member, a relationship that has ceased to exist for you, okay? It could have been a breakup, separation, death, whatever. It would have already happened. And I think it's important to note that this one cup had toxins in it, poison in it. So what you lost out on, it's not all good. However, that doesn't make your grieving process any shorter, any different. We are seeing here, Five of Cups gives us the wisdom of taking the time to really sit with our feelings and mourn the loss. People view the Five of Cups as a bad card because it shows you focusing on what you don't have, on the cups that have spilled, as opposed to the cups right behind him that are still standing. However, this could also be a positive thing, because it's important for us to acknowledge and remember and process our feelings when it comes to what we have lost, okay? And I do see you doing that. Obviously, there are these two cups standing behind you. There are people and opportunities and glorious, beautiful things awaiting for you in the present moment when you're ready for them. You don't have to rush the process of healing now, Spirit just wants to remind you, there are amazing people we have here for you in the flesh. There are great opportunities, and when you feel ready to embrace those people, those things, then embrace it, Take as long as you need to mourn. Take as long as you need to process your feelings. And don't let anybody rush you or rush this process. You don't need to force yourself to move on. And I feel like people who force themselves to move on too quickly after some sort of big stressor or loss, they can oftentimes replicate that relationship or what they lost out on within someone else. And as I was saying that, we had the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords coming out in reverse, okay? So for some of you, you could have lost out on someone who honestly wasn't super committed, had commitment issues, but also was a bad communicator at the same time, really immature when it came to communicating, and could have even been mean at times. So that's what I'm saying. There's a toxin here that you missed out on. Just because someone isn't good for you, just because they didn't treat you kindly, just because there was wounds there, it doesn't mean that when they exit your life, when they leave your life, it's not gonna hurt, okay? Because you also have to mourn the version of them that you fell in love with. You have to mourn the idealized version of them that existed only within your head. You have to mourn the future you had planned. There's a lot to be sad about, even when someone's a scumbag and you finally cut them off or they finally leave your life. Okay, so take the time to do that, guys. Oh, wow. We have the Eight of Cups coming out. Yeah, moving on. Feeling called to find your 10 of Cups because, whatever it is that has exited your life or that you're walking away from, it fulfilled some of your needs, But you just know that there are other people out there who will be much better, or other situations out there that will be much more aligned with who you are. And I feel like you're going in that direction. We also have the moon in reverse. Yeah, it can be hard to trust sometimes that what you lost, there is better available for you. You know, I feel like one of the biggest blockages when it comes to leaving someone behind, breaking up with someone, separating with someone or something, is that we have this illusion in our head of like, oh, well, what if we can't find better? Or like, what if that was all for me, you know? And that's not true. And spirit wants you to recognize and understand that. Like, sometimes, yes, there are one-of-a-kind people that we'll never meet again. We'll never meet someone like them again, that is for sure. But that only makes the experience you had with them all the more special. Okay? And I know that probably doesn't do any service to your grieving process. That probably doesn't help much. But there will be other people in the future that you feel the same way about. Like, I'm never going to meet someone like this again. I'm never going to be in a set of circumstances like this again. This is beautiful. This person or this environment brings out a side of me that rarely gets tapped into. And you're going to have all the same strong feelings and passion like that. Those feelings will come again. That exact person, no, you won't find them again in someone else. No, you won't. And I'm just being honest. Like, everyone's unique. However, you can experience the same good feelings, okay? Because your feelings are your own. That person didn't take your heart with them when they left, or when you kicked them out of your life, you know? No, you'll have those same loving feelings again in the future. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so a lot of you are wanting this, but you're afraid to open your heart back up. There could have been some pain, some damage. And we see here in the 9 of Wands, this is someone who was hurt. Okay, and they finally built up some peace for themselves in their life, access certain levels of peace in their life that was within them all along. It took them a while to get there, though. And now they're very keen to protect the peace and the good things that they've cultivated for themselves. They don't want someone to come in and ruin it again. They do not want to go back to that place of like pure hurt and 5 of Cups energy. Okay, some of you may be protecting your heart, very vigilant over your heart space at this time. The World reverse, yeah, this is what I'm saying. And look at this whole row, actually. You go from the 5 of Cups to the 8 of Cups to the World in reverse. This is telling a story, you know, a story of loss, heartbreak, separation, betrayal, or just mourning something in general. Then we go to the 8 of Cups, which is, okay, like, I understand that which I had lost, it didn't offer me everything that I needed. And it's feeling this desire to put yourself back out there again and find your 10 of Cups moment, your personal inner fulfillment and happiness. But it leads down to the World card in reverse, which is saying if you want to experience this new chapter, you're going to have to fully process and let go of this old chapter. And a part of that journey involves meeting new people, opening yourself up to new situations that you might not feel as comfortable with. You know, it feels more comfortable to go back to an ex than it does to go on a first date. Like, let's just be honest. Let's be real. Okay, but if you already experienced that toxicity, if you already experienced the lack of commitment, the emotional inconsistency, the communication issues, the everything, it is much better for you to just start fresh elsewhere than to try to repair the problems that weren't yours to repair in the first place. And even though it feels less energy consuming and more comfortable to go back to that past place of hurt, it is so much better for you to cultivate something new with something and someone that can be much healthier for you. Will that take up more of your energy? Yes. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, it takes a lot of energy to get out there, meet new people, and put yourself into new environments, because literally your nervous system is hypervigilant in new environments around new people. Because, you know, think back to the olden days when we all lived in the woods with our tribes and all that. You know, if you were to explore new territories by yourself, nonetheless, your nervous system benefited from being alert and paying attention to every little noise and every little thing, because you didn't know what kind of dangers would be in that new environment. And honestly, that still serves a purpose nowadays. When you're meeting new people, it's a good thing that it's energy consuming. It's a good thing that your nervous system is lit up and paying attention to every little thing, because there's weirdos out there. Okay? And I'm not trying to reinforce this Nine of Wands in reverse energy of like overly protecting your heart. But yeah, this is acknowledgement. Spirit's saying, yeah, it is going to feel more energy consuming to put yourself out there again. However, you know, if you're experiencing the feelings, the effects of loneliness and a desire to go back to that toxic place, perhaps it's time that you know, opened yourself up to this new energy, and then found more sources of happiness. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Wheel of Fortune. This is what's going to happen. Shake things up for your life, you know. I've been feeling weird all week for all the signs. I think collectively we all may be transmuting some heartbreak or going through like any, I don't know, feelings of lack that are exiting our life, and old connections, things like that may be being released. You know, we have Pluto retrograde and all that. So it makes sense that collectively we're experiencing this. It's a weird energy for sure. But yeah, Spirit is saying like open yourself up to new sources of happiness, new people for sure. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.